So a funny thing, especially like a couple months ago, 4 months ago, more or less, right? Um, Part of all the targeting and all the weird stuff that was going on, you already know all the shenanigans, but I'm going to just show you this one for fun, right? So when I arrived to France, I put all of my stuff in storage, right? This is not the first time that I've had to do this because I've moved, but I had my things in storage. And for many months, I was paying, but I was kind of paying behind, but I was finally beginning to catch up. And exactly when I was starting to catch up on my payments, I don't know, I guess it's for that same reason, they decided to cancel my contract for the boxes and then claim that they were going to get everything out, right? So I was like, but you even told me I had until October 15th to pay, and I've paid early. And now they would say, like, if you owe more than 3 months, it was an issue. But I, in that moment, only owed 2 months. The same day that I actually made the payment, the last payment, that same day, they just canceled the contract. And then they try to have me, like, talk to somebody on the phone who I'd never spoken to before, which I just ignored because I didn't know who this person was. And there was the person who supposedly was in charge of, like, getting my stuff out of, like getting rid of my stuff. And I'm like, why should I be paying something if you have canceled the contract? I don't even see anything online about this, like my box space or my number or anything like this. You claim that you canceled it. So you claim that now you're going to just get rid of it. And at this point, like I tell you, like I've gone through so much crap that like at this point, I was just like, I don't even care anymore. It's just material things. I know it's like rebuilding over and over and over again, but like I really just didn't care. So the funny thing was that they did this as a threat, especially when I started earning more money, when I started working. Then it was like, oh, like to try to, I feel like it was like to try to hold it over me, like, oh, now we control your thing. I don't give a crap about material things. So I was just like, well, then you know what? That in the end, do whatever you want. So I put an ad in Google just showing every single picture of the conversation because I have everything on point, right? I have all the pictures of the conversation, which shows like all of the contradictions of what they were saying. Because first they're like, we're gonna give you to the 15, and I pay it like on the 1st or the 2nd of October, and then they're still trying to like just weird stuff, right? I saw like some other people in the comments made similar remarks about the person who we dealt with at this place. So mind you, this was months ago. When I after that started to get more money, even though like I had let it go because they said that they were going to get rid of it, right? So I was like done with it. Like 3 months later, they were still like sending me messages like, are you still short? Like, so I want to know, I'm like, so you're still holding my things 3 months after nobody's been paying, after you've threatened me, after you cancel my contract, all of these like weird stuff. So I just ignored them. I just continued to ignore them. And then in the end, like when they would like they would like use it like a matrix distraction, right? And like all her things, like, yeah, it's all our clothes, books, everything, furniture. I had a new fridge. I had a new what else? I had a new washing machine and all that. Like all my stuff from my house when we lived in Barcelona, right? So like I guess they thought I was gonna be like, oh, my material thing. Like, no, I just let it go. I'm like, I've rebuilt several times. We'll start over again another time. I don't care. Like, you can't take it with you. So then I would notice like when they couldn't like get that like attachment, then they would just like randomly send me emails like months later. Like I was thinking to myself like, oh my god, if this was Barcelona and someone didn't pay, supposedly like according to what they're saying, that would have been out like in the middle of like the Rambla and people like buying your stuff for like €1, €2. And I'm like, they're still arguing and debating this. Didn't they just say, I don't know what the issue was, but I was like, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm like, if you canceled my contract, then I don't have a contract with you. So I don't trust you. You could go into my things. You could put things in my things. Like you could like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I did a Google ad. The Google ad was there all this time with all the pictures, right? All of a sudden, like I started getting these emails where it's like, oh, now your Google ad was not accepted. It's really weird because I do a lot of Google ads. I do a lot of recommendations, even in my other email. But the one that I used it with, they claimed that it wasn't accepted like 4 months later. So that means that it was sitting there 4 months because they even responded to me. So it was there all these months, only now, right? So it's so crazy because I'm telling you, this matrix is crazy. Right. So I posted it again and I'm going to show it to you. So this is where it tells me now that it's not acceptable. It doesn't have, I think, this time date of when it was posted. I'd have to like go in and check. I can go and check maybe, but I mean, it's not a big deal. This is just to show you a little bit like the craziness. So this was done like months ago that they even so I just even put at the top, I'm like reposting because I blah blah blah, right? This was the name of the company that had my stuff. I gave them 1 star. So the crazy part is, right? They keep rejecting my email from sending it to them. And then I noticed when I went to the site, there was like all these fives all of a sudden. I'm like, I don't know, Google's shenanigans too. Google is shenanigans. Just let you know, if you want to pick between Microsoft and what Google is shenanigans. So I don't know. The Matrix was like putting a lot of fives on their site all of a sudden because I know they didn't have that many fives before months ago. So then, just for you to see, because I have like I have this email and I have like 3 other emails that are mine, like my business one, 2 from like Spain, that was like my old one. I posted just for spite, posted the same darn thing from every email. They were all accepted except for the one here in France, to the point where I even posted it from I have the email of like one of my ex-boyfriends. He's deceased now, he died, but like he had my email because he didn't know how to use the internet. He had mine as a backup, even from the dead man's email. Like I freaking reposted it with the pictures. They all were accepted. But for whatever reason, my email, this one here in France, is biased and it just keeps rejecting it, even though I go appealing it. Doesn't really make sense because I didn't like do anything weird. I did a general like explanation of everything that happens. They even responded. It was already posted. You know what I mean? It was already posted. So I just like was like, whatever. I just made sure like I reposted that with my same name and I go reposting from Dahlia Deborah Donalds and everything with all the pictures and all of that and gave them their score. Because I'm telling you, this Matrix is ridiculous and I just want you to let you know. And I mean, I don't really feel like putting up like all the stuff, but you guys have seen like when I show you the documents, I have the documents to back up everything that I'm saying. So it's just funny. Like 4 months later, like they're like trying to like I guess clean their names and act like they didn't do all the crazy stuff they do. I have all the emails still to this day. I can show just to show you, like this is where like they tell me like you have until the 15 or whatever to pay, etc., etc. And then like otherwise if it's past the story was if it's more than 3 months, whatever, we have to empty your box, and you have until the 15th of October. You can see it right there, right? This day, you can see that this is the 2nd of October. She takes it upon herself to just write some kind of thing saying that I canceled it when I didn't. All right, you can see the date there. I actually paid that same day. I can show you the receipt. This is me like just telling them like the same day, like I did not annule any contract. I did not cancel it, blah, blah, blah. I even like mention all the things I just said. You can see it right there. And I'm going to show you the receipt that I paid that day. This is also dated the same day, and you can see that this is when she sent me the link to even pay that same day. And this is the actual receipt that I actually paid it that same day. You can check all the dates, do a slow look through. But the whole point is, like I said, it was like weird because all that time, I was paying a little bit behind. Maybe I was like a month behind, sometimes 2 months, but I never passed the time frame that, would have gotten my box, emptied. So it was interesting that when I started working, because it's kind of like around when I started working online and I started catching up, all of a sudden they wanted to speed up the process and be like, no, you need to pay everything now. You need to get all of them, like they were going to have me going into a heart attack. I'll be like, you could burn that crap. And I don't really even care if you see the lady's name on it and you see the name of the place. Let them take me to court. I want everyone to take me to court because whatever's going on in this side of the world in the little matrix, a lot of shenanigans, I have all the files to back it up. I'm here still waiting for people, like for other crap to take, let them take me to court. I don't even care. I post everything. If y'all want to help, go find that website, put a little 1 star, and just say, on behalf of Dahlia Deborah Donalds for throwing her crap out, we rate this place a 1 if you want to. Because I'm like, why after all these months would they try to cancel my my, whatever, my review, but these are just shenanigans of the Matrix, just trying to get attention, just trying to clear the air of what they did.